Good afternoon, guys. My name is Sarah Kate for dripivmedspa. This is Jacksonville, Newbern, Morehead City, Charlotte. I hope you're having a good morning. The exciting news is for the month of September, we are doing 10% off of laser hair removal packages. So I'm going to explain it to you, but what is most important for you to know is that if you missed something on this live, I'm happy to answer any questions, but if you missed something on this live, we do free consultations for all laser hair removal. We do free consultations for majority of our services. So always feel free to call us. Don't hesitate to book an appointment for consultation services, and I can do more thorough exam on you guys or assessment on you guys for laser hair removal. So what's important is that laser hair removal is one of the most tedious, time-consuming beauty tasks that we have to deal with daily. Laser hair removal is going to complete that for you. So whether you shave daily, wax monthly, maybe have to wax more consistently than that, the end result is the same. The hair is growing back. Enter laser hair removal. However, not only is laser hair removal removing all of the unwanted hair growth, but it is also getting rid of the effects of shaving from afterburn, ingrown hairs, other things like that. Laser hair removal has been around for decades, but not all lasers are created equally. And so that's what makes our laser different. That's why it is a painless laser hair removal system. One of the best things that you can get for yourself, one of the best investments that you can do. So what makes our laser different is the alexandrite crystal that's attached to it. So when the platform is in use, the high energy light is emitted through an alexandrite crystal, targeting the pigment in those hair follicles and banishing all of the unwanted body hair. So what that alexandrite crystal is doing is it's staying through the environment. So instead of the traditional laser that a lot of people are using or have been around for decades, while that can try to accomplish the same goal, the alexandrite crystal is staying cool the entire time, so you're not feeling that consistent rubber band zapping that you would from the traditional laser. So that's what our machine, so it's the Modus Moveo Italian Technologies, and so what it's doing is it's going towards the pigmented melanin in the hair as the target. So the hard part about it is that the white, gray, or bright blonde hairs with no pigment don't necessarily respond well to this type of laser, depending on the settings. And that's why we'll talk about it during our assessment, where I can see your skin, I can see your hair, we can calculate your Fitzpatrick score. That's what I can help you with. But the hair shaft itself is not just a heat transfer. If the hair is too long, the heat will not release fast enough. Could possibly cause burns, scars, different pigmentation can occur, which is why it's important for you to come in for that free consultation. There's also different timelines of it, so our skin and hair growth cycle can correspond with each other. So it's important for you to come back when we discuss that hair growth cycle. So for example, Brazilian, which is one of the most common ones that we have. Brazilian laser hair removal, we're getting rid of all of the hair that you want in that area. But I need you to come back at that 4-week mark. That way, let's say there's a follicle here, and a follicle here, and one here. The laser on the first session is going to pick up these 2 follicles, burn, and delete the one, okay? However, it may not see this one, which is totally wrong. 4 weeks after that, that one is going to be able to grow, where those were no longer belonging, and we're going to be able to delete that. That'll have to be at that 4 to 6 week time. Once you start losing that hair, it starts thinning out, it falls in that area, that's when we can extend it to 5 or 6 weeks, okay? That's why we're recommending our packages to be used as well, because for a Brazilian, it can take possibly 6 months to delete all of that, which is why this time of the year, that's why it's the best time for us to start doing that 10% off of our packaging, because this is the best time of the year to start that. You are no longer in the sun, you're no longer exposing yourself to sunburned areas, harsher skin levels as well. So that's why if we're going to start with 6 months, we can do it right now. That way next summer you have all the unwanted hair away from you. No more ingrown hairs that you can see while wearing a bathing suit, shorts, things like that. It is usually done for 6-session treatment, which is why we made our package that way. However, depending on your skin type, your pain tolerance, things like that, and darker hair darker skin, that may need more sessions. But it's important for you to stick with that cycle, or else you'll miss your sticking with your cycle. Most of the things that would contradict laser hair removal, which once again we'll go over, we'll talk to each other with it, is it's important for you to wear sunscreen. Let's say you're doing your legs, getting rid of your leg hair. I don't want you to go out into the sun right after, obviously. If you're confident what you did, it's still a sensitive area that we're putting the heat transfer to. And so I want to make sure that you are not hurting that area and making it more sensitive and things like that. So we want you to wear sunscreen consistently, which obviously we say all the time that SPF is so important for your skin. So I want you to wear sunscreen in that area as well. Stay out of the sun during that time it's necessary. Stay away from scented products before your laser treatment. That way we know that we're working on the bare skin. It's going right down to the bulb of your follicle and deleting that. No products with Vaseline, which you and I can talk about when we go through our assessment with each other. Pregnant or breastfeeding, we will talk about that when necessary as well. The other thing that's important to stay out of this area is tattoos. So tattoos on that area, it is seeing, the laser is seeing that as a pigment, and so it could think it's your hair. It's going to get rid of the tattoo. It's going to do its best for it. It could also just make it more painful, so you let us know on that area. But let's go ahead and talk about the hair growth cycle. So your face, right, consistent of a bunch of females and males coming in for facial hair. We want to get rid of it. So every 2 weeks, I want you to come back to me. We want to see that hair barely broken through the skin at about a 2 millimeter length. You come into me, let me know if it's long enough, if it's too long, something like that, and we can get rid of it. However, you need to come back to me on that 2 week mark. That way we can still stick with your hair growth in that schedule and get rid of the hair that's coming, or else it can throw off things. Once it starts going away and balding, then we'll move it back to 4 weeks. Underarms is about 4 weeks as well, bikini and Brazilian 4 weeks, and then legs can be 6 to 8 weeks, then we'll move it back to 8 to 10 weeks. Once again, we will schedule this all for you. We have it memorized, so you just put it on your calendar and make sure it's there. So going back on that, I just want to make sure you guys know this. Our laser hair removal technique is painless. That's what makes it different from all the other machines. There are very minimal side effects of it that we will discuss in that time. It is going to take about 6 sessions, which once again, we are doing that September special. Hop on it, make an investment. It's going to be 10% off of all of our packages. It is the best purchase you can do. I'm going to do it this month too. It's fantastic. And then just come in for your free consultation. We can do your assessment and make sure everything's. Another thing that's important to know is we are going to talk about what medications that you're on. The only thing that could affect it for both male and females is hormonal regulations. So let's say you're changing birth control, you prefer that you stay on that birth control for about 3 months. Depending on your progesterone or your testosterone raising, cycling around, that could cause your hair to grow, okay? So we want to make sure that we can see that your hormones are stable enough, that way your hair isn't growing back too much during that time, okay? You just keep us updated, we will let you know about it. If you change your medication during any of these services, just let me know, that way we can work around that and make sure you're achieving the best results, especially when you've made such an investment. If you do have a question, call any of our offices. There is somebody there that's going to be able to answer your questions. If you have more thorough, delicate questions that you want to talk to somebody about, go ahead and schedule your free consult. We are here to answer all of that, and just let us know, okay? I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and feel free to call Dripiv.
I can't